Are we live? And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out Miss Goldie Robinson. Miss Goldie Robinson, thank you for being the first one here this morning. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for everything. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra, special, big up, shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards. Shout out to the school teachers. Shout out to law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Shout out to whatever your job description is. Shout out to the engineers, the secretaries in the offices, the chefs in the kitchens, the security guards. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. Shout out to you. Here we are on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Today is the 30th of July, 2024. And I'm here breathing, feeling good, kicking, healthy, and glad to be here. Give thanks and praises to the Most High. First of all, right? And then we move on to this interesting morning this morning. Big up to BM Banches, British Jamaican girl. Audrey Wright is in the building. Purple Royal, Black Eagle is here. Marcia Walters, Kai Tai Jai Empress is in the building. Sharon Spence is with us. Audrey Wright says, hit the thumbs up button as you enter the live, please, and thanks. Donna Davis says, good morning, SouFLo. Bless up yourself and your family. Same to you, fam. Say Ben TV is in the building. Kaitaja Empress says, wow, not one, but two commercials this morning. Really? Them start already? Oh, man. Senior Sexy, I can't see the commercials. I don't see them. Purple Royal, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Purple Royal say, I missed the live. Work. Good to catch this one. Reggae Girl, big up yourself. Pussy Galore is in the building. Sean Cassell is in the building. Sharon Ingram is in the building. It's something about the name Pussy Galore, right? I said to say that, but I said that. Pussy Galore, big up yourself. Sean Cassell, big up yourself. Sharon Ingram is in the building. Dorothy T, Reggae Girl is Freedom Earners is in the building. Kaitai Jai, I'm out get me in that trouble. In that trouble. Jeff says, Buenos dias, uncle. Big up yourself, family, and thank you for being there, Jeff. Reggae Girl says, you freeze. Claudette Sterling, good morning, everyone. Kaz Robinson says, morning, Sophie and the family. Sophie, big up yourself. King Biggs, morning, morning. Claudette Sterling says, hi, SouFLo. Good morning, family. Thank you for being here. Am I still frozen? Well, let me know if I'm still frozen before I move forward. Boy, sometimes we just chat too much here, man. No, not frozen. Good to go. Marilyn Grant says, good morning, SouFLo and everyone. Big old British flag in here, all the way from the UK. Please like the live. She also says, big up yourself. And thank you for being here, Marilyn Grant. Shout out to our British family or UK family. Big up on yourself and thank you for being here as well. Where is my phone? Oh, my God. My phone is on the charger. I might have to go get that phone. I saw... I want to show you this video. I have to show you. I saw Spice performing yesterday in the UK at Unruly Fest, which is Popcorn's concert, right? And wow, if anybody is doubting that 10, 11, 12, 13 years behind bars has fizzled the career of Vybz Kartel, you should have seen that crowd reaction yesterday, and that crowd was thick. Thousands of people were there, and you should have seen the reaction. I haven't seen an artist get a forward like that in a long time. That's levels. There's levels to this for real. There's levels. There's really levels to this. And if the crowd is out there waiting on him like that, then I can only imagine, you know. But we have a lot to talk about this morning on 3 topics. Didn't do too many topics because I want to rinse out them 3 topics here. Vybz Kartel. For the people who, there's 1 or 2 people sprinkle about the place. They always drop by to say stuff like, all right, man, talk about something else now. Me don't want to hear no more of this Vybz Kartel something. Well, you have an option, right? Tune out or go watch something else or something else. We have over 4,000 videos on YouTube. So if you want to tune in to SouFLoTV, then catch one of the next video them. You don't have to watch this one here. But since that is the hot and happening topic, then we have to talk about that, whether it burn your feelings or not. What are some of y'all mad about that we're not talking about you? Um, are you threatened that a person behind bars for 13 years still takes better care of his children and his family than you do? Still has accomplished more than you have out in the free world? I mean, me not understand what the bias is or what the hate is that, when oh yeah, talk about him again. We can't stand when you chat about him. I mean, come on, man. Anyhow, Vybz Kartel is 1 day away. 1 day away from hearing what the not the Privy Council, what the appeal court in Jamaica has to say. That verdict will be read tomorrow at 2 p.m. They put out the date, then put out the time. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. And a couple of people said yesterday, SouFlo, please set your clock and go live at 2 p.m. Please. Well, wherever the verdict is, that where we have a place to vent. A next person said, holy power, I gonna cry tomorrow. So or them said them gonna draw out with energy. So make sure you have your Lucasade and your something else. I forgot what they what they said. But a lot of people are looking forward to it, including myself, big time. Looking forward to what the verdict will be tomorrow. There's a lot to talk about in that space though. So I don't know if you want me to do the one that last this morning or I'll do it first. Then there's Elaine Thompson Herah. And Otto Bolden said yesterday that Elaine Thompson Herah's body is done. And he does not feel like Elaine Thompson Herah is coming back after this. This is the end of her career. So me kind of have something to say about that still. And then there's a story about the Haitians that landed in Jamaica again, a pretty sizable group of Haitians. And by the time I went to cover that story, them gone. The Haitians are back in Haiti already. So Jamaica ain't ramping to send them back to Haiti. To Haiti, it's 35, right? Kaitai Jai, since you say at 35, make we go right into that one and get it out the way, right? Big up to my Haitian brothers and sisters, by the way. A lot of people love to talk about the Caribbean, and we are all one Caribbean, but then them treat some different and better than others, etc., etc. Haiti is very much our brothers and sisters. They are right next door to us. If you ask me, I think we're actually the same set of people. We just end up on two little different piece of land. But that's for another discussion, right? So shout out to my whole Haitian family. Haitians who landed in Portland, Jamaica, returned to their homeland. Put on my glasses. Let's get studious. So the 35 Haitians who landed by boat on a beach in Kensington in Portland Sunday were sent home in less than 24 hours of arriving in Jamaica. Jamaica now ramp with them in less than 24 hours. You know, there are people out there who are well versed in the law who are saying that the Haitians that are arriving in Jamaica, they're not getting their due process as far as the law goes, because they are coming in seeking help and asylum and running from a place of turmoil, and you're basically sending them right back into it. Of course, on the other hand, there's the argument Jamaica don't have bread to feed everybody. Jamaica don't have space for everybody. We can't afford to take in everybody, that kind of stuff. It kind of makes me laugh still, because the amount of Jamaicans were run off in other people's country, you know? And the amount of Jamaicans that ran out, and the other day when the US border was open, the amount of Jamaicans that went through hell and high water to make sure that they made it to that border. And then I was watching a documentary again, because I love to watch documentaries, and I've told you all about this, but there are new ones out there showing the crossing process. It doesn't stop. They're still doing it, you know? And me, I said, boy, the way I'm claustrophobic, like, I can't even lock myself in the bathroom for like too long with lights out and them, something that they gotta like slide upon them belly under a cave under the ground that's like miles long. And I'm thinking it's made of dirt. What if it collapses me halfway in there? One man in there talk about you have to breathe shallow. So him bring a bag of leaves with him. I believe it's the cocoa leaves, and him chew them while he's in there and these kind of things. Me I said no, me couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. But Jamaicans, we run off in other people's land too, you know, and we expect to stay there and to make a life there, and for them, if they catch us, for us to get asylum if we're seeking asylum, or some political help where we're not sent back home. So I don't know how it look when the Haitian them they're right next door run over our yard. That's their neighbor running into your yard and saying, yo, my house up on fire. Gunman over there, they more kill me, my family in danger. And you're like, go back over your yard. Go back over there. I don't want you over here. We can't help you. Oh God. It look away to me. I don't know. So the group, which comprised of 29 men, 5 women, and 1 child, landed in Kensington shortly in Portland, Jamaica, shortly before 5 a.m. They've been sailing through the night. And the police were alerted as soon as they landed. It is understood that the Haitians who underwent screening and were medically examined were then sent back to their homeland aboard a Jamaica Defense Force, or JDF, soldiers Coast Guard vessel. Sunday afternoon, them land, wait there, boy, yeah, them land Saturday and them left Sunday. Jesus Christ. Which sailed from the Boundbrook Wharf in Port Antonio all the way back to Haiti. The Haitians reportedly claimed that they were fleeing persecution, not prosecution. They were fleeing persecution. There's a difference between prosecution and persecution. They were fleeing persecution. This is their claim. When they came to Jamaica, we're fleeing persecution in our own land, civil unrest, gang violence, warfare, and economic hardship, which the whole world knows that that is true, right? Jamaica said that ain't enough for you to stay here. We have our own gang warfare and persecution going on. You have to leave. So in February, the government refused an application for asylum for another 37 set of Haitians who are currently being housed at a non-custodial facility in St. Mary. If they have refused their application, that means those 37 will soon be back in Haiti as well. But in June, the government announced that it will be developing a humanitarian stay option for Haitians that are fleeing their war-torn homeland. In the meantime, you have to wait until they have developed this humanitarian stay option, because until then, anybody that comes from Haiti apparently will be sent back to Haiti in short order. I don't know. 5063, big up yourself, all the way from the UK. Another UK family member in here. Kaz Robinson says, yeah, right. Now Jamaicans cannot ramp with migrants. Right now we have enough problems. We cannot help our own. So someone explain. There is no social system in place to help them. Well, Kaz, you know, that's kind of like the same argument when migrants, including Jamaicans, flood into the US. You have people who are born and raised in the US who are, some politicians are even using this for political mileage, because they're riling up the people now, especially since election around the corner. They're riling up the people now against immigrants by telling them that you're coming here to take their jobs. So it's the same cry here in the US. These people are coming here, they're going to get medical benefits. You guys are going to give them housing. You guys are giving them all the stuff that you're supposed to give to us. So a lot of people are frowning, skinning up their noses at migrants, which a lot of them are Jamaicans that are coming into the US as well. So I find it funny that we quickly kick people out of our yard, but we run to other people's yard and we ball to get in and we expect them to keep us there. It's kind of like correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a high level of hypocrisy here, is it not? Or am I just talking out my wazoo? Is there not a high level of hypocrisy here? Eh? When time our people them end up on other people's shores, whether it's the UK, Canada, the US, any one of these so-called first world countries, aren't we in the background cheering them? Well, I hope you make it. Wish you all the best, brother. I hope things work out for you. Let them in, Uncle Sam. I seen Shensia made a video the other day appealing to Harris, you know, Kamala Harris, and she was talking about how them need to free up the visa them and, you know, make the, oh, I just watched the video and found out that she is part Jamaican. Well, here I'm what you do for me, Miss Kamala Harris. I want you to free up the visa them and, you know, we we want to be treated a certain way. I don't know. My granny raised me in a certain way where she said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I'm sure a lot of other Jamaicans were raised with that same principle, but it don't seem like we apply that principle to life. Really, we like people to treat we nice, but we don't like to treat people nice only when we feel like it and a selected few that we choose. Don't forget, I just the other day the Indian them landed in Jamaica and everybody was ready to take them in. Matter of fact, they got star treatment. They were placed in hotels that were too expensive for the average Jamaicans to stay in, and they were let no security around them, walk about all over the island and all these things, right? Of course, they left later on, but it wasn't such a big deal. I remember the Cubans coming in, and these Cubans made it to shore and walk around the place and everything. Somebody was saying, who are these strange group of people walking here? When the people them run up on them, they found out, yo no hablo inglés, papi. Yeah, yo hablo español? Okay, okay. Okay, then start process them, right? Jamaican women, Jamaican woman, you know, send them come on my yard. The tall one, me like the tall one, him look good. And Cubans are hardworking people and they are highly educated, so them not coming to Jamaica with no crime and no voodoo. Them a come here, come make Jamaica a better place. Just right off the bat. You don't know if they came here with 50 kilos of cocaine. You don't know if them come here as mercenaries to commit murder. You don't know if they came here as one of their stops and their next stop is going to be the US because they're trying to make it into the US because they're a part of a terrorist cell. You don't know what the hell they are. You just automatically assume because everybody was light skinned and curly here, right? Send him come on my yard. Me will put him up. I said them woman here desperate for man, so you know, so the outlook is all different. A group of really dark-skinned black people push up on your shores, send them Ross back at them yard tomorrow. If them come and them brown, fair, lighter skin complexion, lighter eye colors, straight hair, big curly hair, all right, keep them a little bit longer and treat them more humane. We don't want them to sleep outside, man. Find the expensive hotel, put them up in night. Nobody not in there. we, we want to be nice to who we want to be nice to. You know what I mean? I don't know. I find there's a level of hypocrisy there. And I think it's my honest opinion as a Jamaican that Jamaica and the governing system of Jamaica should find a way, better way of dealing with these Haitians. I don't know. I'm asking myself right now because them claims said they were checked medically. They were medically screened and examined. How the hell did you do that to 35 people in less than 24 hours? You can't just tell me anything. I'm not one of the people who believe anything what you tell me, sir. Your newspaper says they were screened and medically examined. That's you checking the block. So people don't say, damn, you guys are inhumane. How you know they weren't suffering from medical conditions that needed immediate help before you just threw them back into Haiti, right? So you want to check that block. We treated them humanely. We made sure everybody was in good health. Everybody was okay. We gave them a meal, but we had to take them back to where they came from, right? Right. Explain to me how you screened, medically screened and examined 35 people in less than 24 hours. Okay. All right. I'm just saying, because a lot of you here work in the medical field. I work right alongside you, so I know that whole screening and medical exam, what that entails. So how did you do 35 in less than 24 hours? Plus had time to pack them up and ship them off before the 24 hours was up. Yeah, man. We need to actually find a way to treat our brothers and sisters better than we do. You know, It's I don't want to stay too long on the topic, but it's bad. It don't look good. It don't make us look good. It looks bad. And I know Haitians in the US right now who don't even them not even to deal with Jamaican that much no more. They'll be like, yeah, yeah, what's up? But they don't really deal with Jamaican no more. And if you ask some of them, they'll tell you to your face, like, look how y'all treat us, man. Y'all treat us. Look at when my people came to your country. They running, they looking for help. Y'all send them right back into what they running from. Like, what can you say about that? There's no love there. No love there. I remember I grew up in a time in Miami, Florida, when the Cubans, Castro Lego, the Cuban them, him just up in prison and everything and let out everybody and rafts on a board. Go, make it. Whoever make it to Miami on a Tande, right? You know what they were doing? That's when they had the dry foot, wet foot stuff. They actually said if you made it to shore and police passed them on the road and their feet were dry, them just walk right past them. If your feet were wet, it means you just came out of the water. They might check them, right? That's where the dry foot, wet foot stuff came from. Back then, they used to do this. They would pull in the Cubans. Again, some of them look Caucasian, right, by descriptive characteristics. Some of them, light skin, curly hair, they more appealing to the power structure that be. So they would pull them in and they would put them in places to stay and they would give them status eventually over time. You know what they were doing to the Haitians back then? They used to turn around some of the rafts in the water. They used to meet them out in the ocean and turn their raft around and send them go back to Haiti, you know? And I can't help to think that Jamaica is pretty much doing the same thing now. We're not meeting them in the water and turning the raft around, but we certainly are sending them back into what it is that they're trying to escape from. It's wickedness. To me. To me. Anyway. So again, big up my Haitian brothers and sisters. I stand with you in solidarity. It's just too bad say I know me run things. Cause if me did run things, the whole of it would have to go share whatever we have to share until we sort this thing out. You know what I mean? But apparently it ain't so. That's what it is, man. As far as the eyes can see, Jamaica cast out Haitians. Yeah, Jamaicans, they have a thing. They have a thing, apparently, against the Haitians coming in. They're glad to take in anybody else, though. Audrey Wright says them probably turn back the boat without even little dry bread and sugar and water. Never can tell about the medically screened and examined 35 people in less than 24 hours, put them on a boat and they were back in. Come on, man. Some of us have sense, okay? We know what we know, though. And it's not cool. It's not cool at all. I wish that things get better, though, because there's a lot going on in Haiti. There's a lot going on. There's been a lot going on in Haiti for a long time. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't know why Haiti was destabilized and why they continue to keep Haiti destabilized. But that's for a whole nother discussion and a whole other video. And if we actually start getting down into the truth of it, the meat of the matter of it, they might even kick us out of here. So you have to be careful. We have to pick a fight these days. We have to be careful the things we say these days, because as much as you want to be a superhero with a cape flying and you want to be saying stuff that needs to be said, you realize that you're in a place where you can't really say too much of certain things. You know what I mean? Because when you lose your bread and butter, then you're of no help to nobody. Yeah, I want to help you, but if I lose my bread and butter, the two of we don't have no bread and butter. So the two of we are going to sit down here and look at each other and can't help each other, right? And that's the truth. Now, moving on to the next one for the morning now, which is, let me see. Kaz Robinson says, SouFLo right now, all over the world, there is problems with immigration, and there needs to be a solution to this worldwide problem. Yeah, Kaz, but here what? We can't speak for the world. The world big enough, although it's small still. But I can't tell you how small the world is, because there's a lot of times that I run into people I never thought I would run into, up close and personal, conversation and all. I may have serrated the world little enough. But on the other hand, the world is huge if you look at it this way. So we can't worry about the whole world. We have to worry about our little section of the world, you know, and how we can make changes or advocate for change in our little section of the world. Can't worry about everything. Can't worry about everything, and too much worries that, you know. Pussy Galore says if they were light skinned, they would have had a better chance. May I tell you they would. Listen. Don't act like you don't know. Let Jamaica listen. Jamaica's power structure, right? And a lot of Jamaicans that are some pale people worshiping people in one. I'm putting a video together right now, and the video is requiring me to get pictures and put the picture of them together and stuff. And I watched when the royal, they're considered royal, they came to Jamaica not too long ago. Good photographers, by the way, got some good pictures. Um, Lord God, you should have seen. And there's this contrast in the pictures. It's like these really dark-skinned people. It's like them yeah, big old so. Wait there, me pop off my mic. Hold on. It's like them eyes big out so and them hand are reach through and the hands were reaching through the wire fence and it was like hundreds of hands reaching through the wire fence and their faces and they just wanted to be touched by and just please touch me, say something to me. I'm like, oh my God, look at us in modern day timey. Yeah, so if a boat full of people who say, let a boat full of Ukrainians wash up in Jamaica, and then you see what go on. Let a boat full of Ukrainians, Russians, anything like that wash up in a Jamaica, and then you see what go on. Me not ask you, may I tell you, said they would be treated like royalty. They wouldn't be treated like they are, oh, they have illegally entered the country. They wouldn't be treated like that. They wouldn't be treated like, oh, we got to send them back as fast as possible. They wouldn't be treated like that. But you know, the 400 years is still upon us. The conditioning of that, the after effects of that is still in effect. You know what I mean? And it plays out in our everyday life. The way we look at each other, the way we treat each other, the amount of respect we give to each other versus how we interact with and give respect to others, etc., etc. That's why we spend off the whole of our earnings over there, so with them people there and then it's hard for us to support our own over here. So all of that plays a part in the psyche, the making of a slave. There's a book out there called The Making of a Slave. You should read it. Yeah. It didn't just disappear. It's still here with us, among us today. And it governs even the way we interact with each other, even today. What we call beautiful and handsome, who we give favor to, who we show emotions for when they get hurt versus when we get hurt. Oh, you never noticed that? Oh, no, I can't go in one place this morning when I don't want to go, you know. I don't want to go here, so. Y'all don't ever notice that? School boom up over Africa, there on the continent of Africa, and one of them places, school boom up, big multi-level school collapse. How many people dead in it? Not one of we ever put up something that says, I stand with, or oh my God, or Jesus Christ, this is my brothers and sisters. Them kidnap one whole school full of girl picnic gone with them. Nobody said, damn, if that was my daughter. But make one of them other place there, war broke out, Russia invades Ukraine. Oh my God. Oh, the Ukrainians there. Oh, Israel hit so and so. Oh God, look at the babies and those children. Nobody knows nothing about what going down in the Congo from when, you know. But I stand with Palestine. I stand with the you wanna turn up with everybody except you. Wanna stand up, they have to laugh, after laugh. Because I know where it's coming from. Wanna turn up with everybody except for those who are like you, my friend. I don't think that this is just it's the conditioning was done on purpose, okay, and it's still very much in effect. It governs who you give favor to, it governs who you cry mourn for, who you feel stand in solidarity with, who you feel some level of a kinship to versus who you distance yourself for. One time them I take up offerings and I say we need donations to save this and that. You want to see we at dash out, yes, I'm supporting that charity and this charity. When your people them say, yo, we need some donations put together for this orphanage right here in the Congo. See we are swipe. Ross, look on my girl here. Oh, I haven't seen her in a while. What should I say? Sansa text Superman. All right. Oh, that is so funny. Swipe. With a swipe. You know? Conditioning. Conditioning. Whether you know it or not, them have your toe. Unless you know about it and you're consciously making effort to reprogram yourself, just know say you've been programmed and conditioned a certain way. Yeah. So it affects how Jamaica treats the Haitians when the Haitians come in looking for refuge. It affects everything else after that. That's why you have a lot of Jamaicans that'll be like, send them back, send back them Ross. Them same Jamaican there, them family member hide and sneak across the border, and then they are Jamaica cheer for them like cheerleader. Yes, go on. I hope you make it. I hope you make it. You there? There? Hello? Yeah, you make it? Yes, thank you, Jesus. You make it. You make it. All right, then. No make ice hold you up there. No, go and straighten out yourself, my son, and then we will see. All right, so. All right. Philly Yard Vibes, big up yourself. Philly Yard Vibes says it's the reason that we moved to their neighborhood instead of building ours. They said integration was not successful for Black Americans. FBAADOS. It's the reason we moved to their neighborhoods instead of ours. Yeah, we moved to their neighborhoods instead of ours because there's not a lot of us in their neighborhood. Well, want me get honest? We moved to their neighborhood instead of ours because any one of us that start earning at a certain level want to escape the effery and the BS. And we realize that ours don't have no love for ours. Do the maths. Who kills us more than us? Somebody says, don't be saying that because white people kill more white people than anybody else. Indians kill more than anybody else. No, me not talk about them. Me talk about we. Who kill us and our kind more than we? All right. Him car too nice. Him too show off. You see him walk and hold him head up with confidence. Me not like that. The boy think too much of himself. Yeah. Yo, him have money, you know, if you rob him, you know, kill him, you know. We that's why we move away. You know what I mean? That's why we move to their neighborhood instead of ours. Now, not like their neighborhood is perfect, because they don't really want we over there. And if you notice, as soon as enough of us gain enough to move there, they vacate there. You see, you start seeing house for sale everywhere. They out of here. Go to another neighborhood where them know why you're there with them neither. But hey man, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Pan-African organizations here will shout for Africa. The entire Caribbean is still steeped in colonialism. Absolutely. Absolutely. And kill them dead. They're better than that, and that's not true, and that's a thing of the past. But it's not. It's a thing of the present. It's happening now. Right rotted now. You know, in Jamaica, we have that a lot. A lot. It's the reason why the Chinese are able to come to Jamaica and talk. You know, see one time the Chinese them will come off of mainland China, and I'm not trying to disrespect no Chinese person. Listen, I'm not a person. I hate doing the race thing. It tires my soul. Okay, but you have to point the obvious out. So this ain't about no one particular set of people. It's about a system that's in place and how things are going. This is what enables the Chinese in Jamaica to come to Jamaica and hold power. Listen, it don't have to do with only the government and the things the government in Jamaica has set in place for them to climb the power structure much easier, but it has to do with the people and the people's mind, especially the black people of Jamaica and their mindset. They become subservient to the Chinese people that come to Jamaica. Subservient, like right away. That Chinese person that could have been the most brockest person when I have nothing or nothing, you would never know because that's not how a Jamaican would treat them. I keep telling y'all the story over and over when I was in Jamaica one of them times, one of the trips. And it was during the pandemic. But wifey have different story to tell because she just ran into the same thing down there a month ago when we were shopping to come back. Because she always buy a bag of stuff, can't come back here. So and she said she came out the store. I was in the car sitting down and she was like, yo, I'm so friggin' pissed off right now. I'm not going back in that store. I say, you know, get all of the stuff them where you want. And she was like, no, babe, I don't want to buy no more. I don't spend no more money with them people there. I'm like, she was upset. So I was like, what happened? You know, and she was telling me how they were in there treating a black man in there. Now, I saw it with my own eyes too. Me actually see Jamaican people are beg them, begging, begging. Come on, no, Mr. Chinman, please, may I beg you. And we don't talk to each other like that. We don't talk to each other like that. Hey boy, I suck your mother. You must feel like say your shit can make party more, your blood clot. Me I go over carrying them, I spend money, I suck. But when time I want China, please, Mr. Chin, man, me I beg you, John No Star. Beg you, Mr. Chin. And Mr. Chin, you talk to him long enough and pick up the patois, right? So it's funny, I'm laughing sometimes when I hear Mr. Chin answer back to them. You don't hear me say, suck your mother, man. Go, man. Move, man. I'm like, yo. The first thing them learn how to cuss with. And we laugh and think it's funny. Hear him, in my chat patois, you know? Lord, hear the girl them now. His son look good still, me not lie. I give him a one tail. I mean, I can't make all this up. It's just our conditioning, you know? Right now, Mr. Chin, I get robbed. Them not rob enough, Mr. Chin, man. The Chinese are so organized in Jamaica. Them not rob enough, Mr. Chin. The Chinese are so organized in Jamaica. I see that if you touch one of them, just know sir, there are consequences and repercussions that are coming speedily to your door. Them talk all up and chall up your granny, to your mother, to your auntie, uncle, cousin, sister, brother. Somebody are gonna give you up and give some answers, right? I've seen this. I've seen this constantly. Every now and then, them rob a Chinese place, thief some money, kill one of the Chinese business people. Them hell broke loose, and in no time, killers are caught and in handcuffs. You ever hear one of them murder got unsolved at Jamaica yet? No. Yet we have thousands of Jamaicans who got killed and nobody don't know who killed them or the killer was not brought to justice. So that tells you for them money talk for them and not just their money, but I've said this to us before and I'll say it again. This is something that we can also learn from them. Until we are a tight-knit set of people who actually really respect each other, you have to discipline yourself to a place like this. Let me show you something. You see the Chinese them at Jamaica, you see if one of them are leaving the island, say, I'm done, I've made enough money here now, I can retire back in China, I'm going home, but the business is here, you know, the wholesale business, them have the business downstairs, the house upstairs, blah, blah, nice piece of property, been making money for years. You think they must sell it to you? You think they're selling it to one of you? That's why enough of we think, say, Ross, for the last 40 years, ever since me about 3 Missy Chinese people around this are the same family. I know the same family. That family they change about 4 times, like every 10 years. Gone, make enough money, sell that, gone. Them sell it to one next Chinese person. Not you. You can't buy that. And if them selling that for $1 million and you come with 5, they are so disciplined, they don't want your 5. If the price is 1 mil, they will sell it to theirs for 500,000, a half of that mil, before them sell it to you for 5 times the price. That's how they roll. We not that disciplined. You understand? See we are for sale to the highest bidder. We just a blow like you ever see one time the breeze a blow a flag in the wind, and so we stay. Where you say 50? Where you say 100, 150? Where you say what? White, black, Chinese, Indian? Anybody have the most money and you get it. That's how we program. Them no program so. Them no program so. They will sell it at half price to their own before them sell it at. I want you internalize what we just saying up. They will sell it at half price to their own before them sell it to you for 5 times the price what them want it for. Just think about that. Yeah. And that's the reason why they are highly respected in any society they go, because they move the needle as a community. Facts. Matter of fact, a study was done and it shows that I believe they are #1 at keeping money inside of their community. The dollar circulates the longest in their community. And if them don't have it, them do without it. before them come get it from you. That way. But anyhow, we just have to rise up on the better man. And until we can do that, then comes what may. This is what we're gonna have to deal with, you know. Philly Yard Vibe says so. Kishane Thompson is from your parish. Yes, Kishane Thompson is from Clarendon. Warrington from Clarendon. You know, I'm very proud of. I said it actually on a video the other day. Philly Yard Vibes. Thank you for bringing that up. I know say I'm a proud Clarendonian, but I said it on a video the other day, and somebody will cuss me out. Them say, them say, how this come in now? Move on, go with this man. At Olympics time, I won Jamaica. So I can just celebrate that somebody great come from Clarendon. Davina, the model, the beauty, she was the Miss Jamaica Universe that turned. She was the first natural one, you know, nice complexion and her natural hair out. You know, most of our women, they either select somebody who is like half Indian or somebody who is biracial in some way, or even a white person. Back to Sidney Breakspear. But they very rarely do they ever pick a deep chocolate complected sister with a 100% natural hair out. And I just found out that, not just found out, but Davina was the one that I found out through that Kishane is also from Clarendon, and so is she as well. You know, and a whole heap of big people will represent we come from out of Clarendon, then, you know, man. Clarendon create a lot of greatness, you understand? Please understand that within my pride for Jamaica as a Jamaican, I also have my next separate pride as a Clarendonian. I've told you all this before. If in your lifetime you have a chance, just try going to every parish in Jamaica. Again, this is why people say, SouFlo, how come you're always going to Jamaica? You always vlogging from Jamaica. What happened to the other islands? Go to another Caribbean island, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yes, I want to do it. But ever since I was a little boy, I always wanted to go to, this is my, one of my things on my bucket list. If I should have a bucket list, but it's just one of the things I want to do in this lifetime, is to be able to say I actually went to every single corner of Jamaica. I've been in every parish. I've spent time in every parish. I can tell the difference between the accent them and the way, because there is a difference, and the way how them cook, and the way, because there is a difference, and all these things. So that's paradise for me. Just on that little island there alone. I have 14 countries to go to. Because 14 parishes to me coming like 14 different countries. Clarendon is so different from Westmoreland in so many ways. It's like when I hit that side, I feel like I take a plane and end up in a one next Caribbean island kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it to you. You know what I mean? But here we go talking about Jamaica again. Philly Vibe says it's all about generational wealth. We incline more towards individual accomplishments and wealth. Others groups incline towards group accomplishments and wealth. Yeah, and the last note I'm gonna say on that before I speak on the Elaine Thompson Herah thing is this. Uh we have this thing about us where this is a little off topic, but we have this thing about us where we don't pay it forward. We always like it, we save for us, right? It's for me, and me. I want to live a good life, and me want a good retirement. Me don't want stuck in a nobody nursing home or people around me can barely afford to take care of me. So I struggle and work for me, for me, for me. And there are things that we're not putting in place because we practice this, not to put things in place. I've even seen it in my own family. You know, large amounts of wealth left behind, and they won't even write a will and lay out specifically where things should go next. It's like, me leave it to God. God will take care of everything. No, no. You know, these other people, they have their ducks in a row. Everything is in order. You know what I mean? Everything is parceled out, everything is written out. Not only that, they practice paying it forward. Somebody said to me a long time ago, and I stopped and I looked, hey man, a lot of these 35, 45-year-old Caucasians that you know in your part of Florida that look like they have money, do you think that they got that from them themselves working hard and accomplishing that? They didn't. It was handed down to them. Their grandparents passed away, handed it to their parents. They're at the age now where your parents are starting to get old and probably even passing away, or old and senile, going through stuff, need to be put in 24 hours care. So they go put their parents in a nursing home. Now they're in possession of the property and they are the main caretaker and the person who is on the what do you call it again there? You know what I'm talking about, the power of attorney over everything. And then before you know it, the parents are gone and they have it also. So they always pay it forward, pay it forward. I remember looking for a house to buy recently, and that's exactly what was going on. A lot of the properties we ran into, I was just watching people flex their muscle. They're like, yeah, my dad passed away. One particular home, nice pool in our back and everything, even though wife never liked it, but me did like it. I was looking at it for its potential, what I could have done with it. She just never liked it. She was like, no, we can't do better than that. But anyhow, the the swagger, if you will, of them, their children and grandchildren and great grandchildren they're allowed to flex and pop them color and have swagger. They came over there, they were like, no, we actually own that property next door and that one, this one now. This one belongs to my dad, and my dad just recently passed away. So it was left to us, me and my brother right here. So that's why we have it on the market. We don't need all these. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna sell it and we're gonna split the money straight down the middle. Just telling your business, them business just like that. We're talking about a $350,000 house. Y'all left nothing like that for your picking them? Got two kids, $350,000 split straight down the middle. And that's just one property. Okay. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So we need a lot of fixing up. We have to reprogram our minds in order for there to be in order for us to level up. We would have to talk too long this morning about why we are not there, because it's not like we're not intelligent enough, but y'all know the obstacles that have been placed in the way, and you know how the history of this goes, and you know how all that other stuff plays a big part in it too, right? So it's still a fight to fight, and it's a great fight, but it's there to be done, and more of us can do it and should do it. That's all me I say for that part. Moving on to Elaine Thompson Herah now. Now, y'all know that Elaine Thompson Herah is my favorite female athlete out of Jamaica. Of course, I respect Shelly and Fraser Price and all the others, but Elaine Thompson Herah was my favorite because I noticed how them used to do a certain kind of bias thing towards her, and I felt the need to pick up for her. I'm a kind of person that I love the underdog, and Elaine was my underdog. And then the underdog ended up being that one. Elaine is in a class of her own. I've said this before and people try to cuss me out, but you just need to go look it up. Elaine Thompson Herah has accomplished stuff that even Shelly and Fraser Price has not accomplished in track and field. She sits up there. So yesterday, I'm watching, I think came across my feed and it was Otto Bolden. Otto Bolden. He used to be an Olympic athlete, top athlete for Trinidad and Tobago. He was also a coach in recent times for one of our star athletes as well. He is also a commentator on a high level. Like, right, so, but Otto said Elaine Thompson Herah is done. Her body is done. In the process of him saying that, I was like, why you putting that why you put that on the girl for? Eh? You know, we say how the mouth, the words of the tongue is a powerful thing, and the words you say go out into the universe, take on life and create life itself, and then boom, bang, bang, you know, it comes to fruition. Why are you speaking that over her life? Like her body is done, she can't come back from this. I think it's the end for her. He even said, y'all can cuss me out all you want to, but I think it's the end for her. I know the 100-meter. Brianna Williams. Yeah, he was coaching Brianna Williams. Didn't Brianna Williams pop hot for some performance enhancement drug? And then they said it was something that was over the counter and it wasn't her fault and this, that, and the other. And Brianna was like, I don't control like my drinking water, my bottle. You know, when you're training and you have your bottle with a substance in it and your coach put it in there and whatever, And people were like, I wonder if he either tried to sabotage her or tried to get her on a substance that she would have disapproved of, right? Them things that go on, I'm not accusing him saying that's what he did because I don't want no lawsuits. I'm just saying people were thinking that from all different angles about the situation. Shortly after that, him and Brianna parted ways. So I don't know if they parted ways amicably or they parted ways under, yo, you fed me some stuff and I pop hot. I don't want that in my career kind of thing. But anyways, back to what he said about Elaine Thompson Herah. He said her body is done. And I don't think she's coming back. This is Otto Bolden claims Elaine Thompson Herah's career is over. Even while he was claiming this though, he said it. He said Elaine Thompson Herah has achieved what nobody else has. She's the only person alive that has achieved what she has achieved. She's in a class of her own. No, literally, she is in a class of one because she is the only person alive that has done it. That's how good Elaine Thompson Herah is. Enough people like to downplay her greatness. I don't even know if Jamaicans really understand the greatness of Elaine Thompson Herah, right? Even if everything should be stripped away today, that accomplishment cannot be erased. It is there in the history books forever. That's probably why she could just smile while she is going through her hurt and take her Olympics off, even though she would like to have come back and defended her title. It says that Elaine Thompson Herah has been struggling with injuries over the last couple of seasons. And after her Achilles injury in June, the Jamaican announced that she was withdrawing from the Paris Olympics in 2024. While she is in the double Olympic champion, while she is the double Olympic champion, she holds it for the 100-meter and the 200-meter events. The former sprinter Otto Bolden claims that her career is over because of constant injuries. Now, on one hand, what Otto said, me are one of them people there, like I told y'all before, just don't say nothing about none of my people come and get vexed. Especially when it's one of my favorites and it's a Jamaican and you not a Jamaican. But I kind of understand what he's trying to say though, because when I heard this year that Elaine was hurt from an Achilles injury, I went back and looked. I want you to go look up this. She did an interview, and the interview was with Yendi. So this got to have been a couple of years ago. And in that interview with Yendi a couple of years ago, she talked about that same Achilles injury. So if she's been having that Achilles injury for years, it might just have been come to that point where it is now a showstopper. You know what I mean? But at the same time, this is what I said. God has the last say. Yeah? So a person like Elaine Thompson Herah, who is a true lioness, who are going to get up and fight and run through pain and everything like that, you as a mortal man cannot sit on the sideline and go, I'm calling it. Her career is over. I don't think she's coming back after this kind of thing. I think that's up to God to say. You don't control her body. You don't control her healing process. You don't control time. You don't know how tomorrow might be for her. She might show up at the next Olympics and shock the daylights out of us. But I was just taken aback by the way he described, by the way he put that over her life, like she done. He said her body is done. And frankly speaking, I don't think she's coming back after this. And I'm like, damn, like really? Not I hope, I wish the best for her. She could work through this injury. She'll probably be back. I don't know, blah, blah. You just for sure, she done. Our body done. Otto, go somewhere with that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. And that's what I wanted to say about that. Senbei TV says she's probably not giving herself enough time to heal, and hopefully this time she will. And that is exactly what I was thinking, because she is constantly competing. She's signed some huge contracts over the years, and these contracts, people don't pay you this much money to just sit around. Matter of fact, I think I heard her say it. They don't pay you this much money for just sit down, you know. You have to perform. So, you know, trying to earn a living while healing, you get to that place where have to give the body time. You just have to give the body time. Yeah. Pussy Galore says, I love Otto, but he is not God. Exactly. That's why I don't have anything bad to say about him either. I'm a Trinity brother. I have nothing bad to say about him. I was there when I was growing up. He was top dog in athletics alongside others. Um, but don't place that over anybody's life. That's like wishing the worst for somebody. You're putting those words out into the universe. You know what I'm saying? And especially him at the level that he is at. A lot of people listen to Otto and a lot of people listen to his analysis because of his expertise in that field. So I don't want him to start drum up a set of people who really believe and look at Elaine like she's done. Sponsorships will dry up. You know, people who are looking in her direction to say she'll be back. Yes, somebody is gonna be like, I don't think she'll be back. We never ran track and field. You remember Otto Bolin? Yeah, he's an expert at that. Listen to what he said about her. Those words travel far. You know what I'm saying? Those words travel far. So don't do it. Don't do it. Kaja Empress say him more big like what? And I wasn't gonna kill you with the Vybz Kartel thing this morning. That's why I left it for the last 10 minutes. Right? Vybz Kartel, big up to Elaine, any which part of there. You're still my favorite. And I know for a fact that you'll be back. And if you don't ever come back, then you've done what only you have done. You're the only woman alive that has done what you've done. The next woman who did it, gone. Right? So big up to you for that accomplishment. And that's in the books, baby girl, and it can't be erased. So with that said, sometimes good things do come to an end. And we wish it could go on forever, but it might not. But we leave all that in God's hands. I know we are not God. We can't predict that. So we're gonna left all that in God's hands. We're gonna wish our sister the best, and we'll see her out there again. My prediction. On to the last topic for the morning now. Vybz Kartel is 1 day away from freedom. 1 day away from, and I say 1 day away from freedom because this is me putting positive words into the environment, into the universe for the way I want to see this turn out. What will the decision be? My guess? Let me run through a couple of talking points. There's one little note here that says, talk about if he is acquitted. And he will have, if he's acquitted, he will have no criminal record. If he has no criminal record, he will be able to travel to many places without obstruction. He will be in high demand, super high demand. He has a lot of links within the industry. People like Spice and Tommy Lee and TJ and Squash them and Popcorn, who is his protege. I remember Cartel said Popcorn will come run the thing next. There you have it. If you didn't see the Unruly Fest in the UK, you need to go see it. Just to see the crowd alone and just to see alone the reaction from that crowd. I said, imagine if Popcorn went out there, or imagine when Spice said what she said and the crowd went crazy. Imagine if Vybz Kartel actually walked out in person. In other words, then, if he is acquitted, that means completely free up enough. He's going to need a body double for the amount of traveling and high demand that he's going to be in. He might get tired. He might go live on plane. And I'm sure he's going to want to be making up for all those years that he missed, right? Somebody said, SouFLo, they will go to retrial. They will let them out on bail and they will go to a retrial. And we say this because we've been studying the case and we've been studying the connection, taking Valerie Nita Robertson, King's Counsel words. Jamaica is too small and a lot of these people within the system are connected. So it's favor for favor and these kind of things. Not verbatim her words, but pretty much along those lines. Given this big promotion that just appeared out of nowhere for the judge, who is now the big honcho head boss of the appeal court, and she is the one that was the lead judge over this. She's the one that said it won't go past the 18th. And then it went from the 18th to the last day of July. Remember, I told you all from the beginning that they're gonna drag it to the last. Somebody say yesterday? Why SouFLo, your profit to TPC. Pardon me, bad word. Your profit to Pussy Clark. Me say, why you say that? So how you know this? Like them did I go drag it all the way to down there. So I mean I expect it. The person said I was expecting it for like say maybe the second week of July, maybe first week or second week of July, because it was supposed to be expedited. How you know so them did I go drag it to the last day? I said because if I was being vindictive, this is what I would do. Look through my paperwork, figure out the law and how it applies to an expedited case coming back to me from Privy Council, and it says I have this many days, I would stretch it if I'm being vindictive. And I would, when somebody not like you and you pick me and them share food and them share food for everybody else and you get your food last, or them share food and get everybody else a bigger portion than your own. That's the same thing they're doing right here. Them being vindictive, so they might drag it to the last day that they could legally drag it to. You understand? So I knew that it was going to happen. Now, with saying that, the mind state of somebody who is operating that way would tell me that they're doing everything they can behind the scenes to have a retrial. To have a retrial. I'm hoping and praying for no retrial. But my mind and watching them move, I'm thinking they're going for a retrial. So they will release them on bail pending a retrial is my prediction. Now, hear the catch. Hear the catch. While them release them on bail pending a retrial, right? They will work within the system to get rid of the Privy Council. Remember, Jamaica is supposed to get rid of Privy Council and get rid of the king as head of state and become a republic. You notice how they were trying to expedite that of recently? Yeah. So release on retrial, release on bail, pending retrial. Retrial could take years because them can't just skip past the line. And there are many cases awaiting trial, their day in court. So retrial itself could take years before it actually happens. Release on bail, pending a retrial, do away with the Privy Council, go back to court with the intention of finding them guilty no matter what. And there will be no Privy Council to appeal to. You see that? There will be no Privy Council to appeal to. I saw them play now. I saw them play. Remember, man, this case changed up. I had never seen so many changes being made just in a short period of time. They amended the Bail Act, right? If you didn't have a lawyer, if you weren't out on bail prior to, then after your case, your original verdict is overturned and you take it to appeal, you can't be granted bail. After your original verdict is overturned, even if you go to Privy Council, you cannot be granted bail. Just like that, you have to wait for acquittal or retrial decision to be made at appeal court. They rewrote or amended the Bail Act. And look at the timing that they amended the Bail Act at. I think that was in anticipation of this case. And I think also that the rush and the hurry, now I know some people are saying, because you're far behind the curve, so you're probably saying, you're delusional, dog, because Cartel not that powerful. Lies you tell. Lies you tell. Listen, clout, influence is a hell of a thing. Influence is a hell of a thing. I've explained this to y'all before. This is why you have multi-billion-dollar corporations that are hooking up with influencers. Everybody call themselves an influencer nowadays, though. but some of them not influence nothing. And some of them are influence beer, friggery, and foolishness. Corporations are hooking up with influencers because that's where it's at. It is your influence that they're paying for. Now, somebody like a Vybz Kartel have mega influence, which could put him or does put him in a position to where he's actually dangerous to the status quo if he is not a part of their agenda. If him not going with them are going and him decide to go against it, he's a problem. He's a problem. He could throw their whole thing off with the wave of a finger and speak a couple of words. So he's seen as a huge threat. Now, why are they out to get him? Silence him, keep him when there. It goes deeper now. Somebody said yesterday, this is Paula Llewellyn's. You know, I looked up her history and she doesn't have any other case that's bigger than this. Duh. I've been saying that. This is the case that made her career. Paula Llewellyn has been in that position for what, 20 years? This is the case that made her career. You feel like so she gonna give up this case here? The one case that made her career? Nah. And you feel like the people them who are now in positions of power to make decisions over this case, who were once under her, and they're still in good standing with each other, you think they're not going to feel like they owe some kind of loyalty to her? So tomorrow, 2 p.m., tune in. They'll be announcing what the decision will be. I want to see who are going to come back tomorrow and tell me, say, boy, SouFLo, you good enough. How you didn't know that? Or I'm hoping that I'm completely wrong and off, and all me here is acquittal. Remember, the same judge said they will not be sending this case back to the circuit court for no retrial if they don't have the same witnesses from the original trial. They said, we have them right here, Your Honor. We have a list of all of them. The judge says, I don't want to see no paper. I want the list of names with addresses. That means you know where they're at. And I want to know that you have spoken to them and they have verbally or verbalized to you that they are ready to do this again. That's what I want. Well, we don't really have that still. When last you spoke to so-and-so? Well, we haven't spoken to them since the last trial. Well, the first trial, well, that was over a decade ago. Who's to tell if they still live at the same? Listen, so that's why I think she gave them from the 18th of June to the last day of July. Go find your witnesses. Make sure you and them are on the same page. Make sure they're giving you some kind of a yes, I'll be there kind of thing. And when you put that together, come back. May I already tell the public, sir, we're not sending it back to trial if you don't have them. We knew that they didn't have them. They had enough time to get them. So let's see what happens next. If she goes against her word and she still grants a retrial, even when they don't have, she said all the witnesses, you know, she never said one. She said all. So if she goes against her word and she grants a retrial, just know, say, something funny happened behind the scenes. You get your big promotion, that never just come just so. You went against your own words and granted a retrial. That was to please somebody behind the scenes. But we'll see tomorrow what unfolds. I don't trust them. I don't trust them one bit. And I was hoping that this judge would actually renew my faith in our justice system just a little bit. You know? It's either going to be that or she's going to prove to us tomorrow that she is playing ball with that side and it's going to be the same old, same old. You know how them stay already. One leave, the next one come and do the same thing what the one before them do. The next one come do the same thing that the one before them do. It's kind of like the two Jamaica political party them. PMP, JLP. JLP cost PMP when PMP is in power, and when time PMP come out of power and JLP go in there, them do the same thing and worse. Same thing now. PMP outside of cost JLP on the inside, but when them go in there, their track record says, I'm not talking about what they might do in the future under a new leadership, Golding. I'm talking about what their track record says. Y'all been known to say the same thing and do the same thing that you was cussing the other people for not being able to do or for doing. So may I expect the same thing in this case here. And one more thing before I go. You could go check this for yourself. The leaders in Jamaica, the powerful people, those in positions of power, they have a real issue with accountability. Them people that never, ever say, I'm sorry. They never, ever say, we were wrong. Just that. Imagine being a human being that is never wrong. Impossible. But not for them, because them never wrong. So don't expect them to just lay down and hold this wrong right here. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. With that said, we're at the top of the morning. Manners and respect to everybody tuning in. Big up yourself. Go with God. Be good. And if you can't be good, like Granny used to say, be careful. But I would have rather prefer for you to be good. All right? I'll see you tomorrow morning right here. God spare my life on Morning Thoughts. I'm out. Peace.